Just a few years ago, Porsche introduced the new 718 Boxster and Cayman, and along with that new model was a new designation, the 718, but also they got rid of the flat six and went to a brand new high-performance four-cylinder turbo engine. But a lot of fans cried out, hey, we want that six-cylinder back. Well, rejoice, guess what? This six-cylinder is back, and it's in this brand new GTS, Boxster, and Cayman. We're gonna take it for a drive on these beautiful roads in Portugal and also let it stretch its legs on the racetrack. All coming up after this. Aside from the obvious GTS letters, these two mid-engine beauties are presented with the dark treatment synonymous to all GTS models. The front apron and intakes, the rear deck lid and lower rear fascia are all in black, as is the standard black 20-inch wheels with 235s up front and 265 performance tires in the rear. The GTS also gets larger brakes with 350mm rotors up front with 6 piston calipers and 330mm in the rear. The interior of the GTS comes standard with a generous amount of Alcantara and carbon fiber. The GTS script is tastefully placed on areas like the headrest and the tack. The Boxster and the Cayman GTSs get a 7-inch display with Apple CarPlay. Android Auto is not available, and Sport Chrono with the Precision Track app is included on all GTS 4-liters. One thing that I really like about the Boxster is that for a 2-seater sports car, there's actually quite a bit of space, especially when you combine the front and the back trunk. All right, we are on these beautiful roads just outside of Lisbon in Portugal, and I'm telling you, these are some of the most narrowest but most gorgeous roads to drive. And it's really nice, especially if you don't have someone in front of you. We have some open road in front of us right now. So what's the 4-liter like? Can you hear that? See this? The big smile? So we're in second gear right now. Nice thing about this 4-liter, we put it into third gear and we're kind of liking it, yet you push down that naturally aspirated engine, it just picks right up. It's got amazing torque, 309 pound-feet of torque, but 395 horsepower. So you're up about 50 horsepower than the standard Boxster S with a 4-cylinder turbo. You may be thinking 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6. Doesn't the 911 GT3 come with the 4-liter as well? Well, yes it does. However, it is not the same engine. It has a lot of other goodies and titanium and cranks out 500 horsepower in the non-RS trim. For the most rewarding sports driving experience, the GTS comes with a manual 6-speed box with active engine mounts and a dual-mass flywheel, which is the same one as from the GT3. Combined fuel economy is rated at 10.8 liters per 100 kilometers or 22 miles per gallon, which is pretty good thanks to the active cylinder control being able to shut off an entire bank of cylinders under light loads. From a standstill, the GTS 4-liter will make a run to 60 miles an hour in just 4.3 seconds and tops out at 293 kilometers per hour or 182 miles per hour. And for more precise handling and responsive driving dynamics, the GTS comes standard with Porsche torque vectoring as well as a mechanical limited slip differential. Along with the shorter springs and the lower ride height and the active suspension, the GTSs also feature stiffer front and rear roll bars. Now this motor is a derivative of the GT4 or the Boxster Spider motor, and that puts out about 20 more horsepower, but the exhaust is pretty well straight from there. So the exhaust, you have a button for the exhaust, the sport exhaust, and it has an exhaust flap as well. Gives it a little more throaty sound for sure. The GTS comes standard with active suspension. It also lowers the vehicle by 20 millimeters. So for those that aren't into the metric system, that's about 3/4 of an inch. And that makes a big difference. Sport Chrono also comes standard, so you get the dial on the steering wheel, so we can go into Sport, we can go Sport Plus or an individual setting, and of course you have, whoa, these are tight roads. You have the Sport Response button. I call it push to pass. You hit that button and it optimizes everything for 20 seconds. But we are on public roads, so maybe we should reserve that for the track, and that's where we're going next with the Cayman GTS 4.0. Okay, this is more like it. Let's hit the selector to Sport Plus here. We are in the Cayman GTS 4.0 at Circuit Estoril in Portugal. Now it's interesting that they've given us all Caymans to drive on the track here, but some are equipped a little bit different. This is equipped with these carbon fiber buckets as well. The GTS 4.0 comes standard with the adjustable suspension, and the ride height is 20 millimeters lower on the GTS. However, you can option to get the PASM with a 10 millimeter lower ride height. So it's going to be a little bit more plush for everyday driving. We got the 20 millimeter, I drove both, and I can't believe the difference between 20 millimeters and 10. It makes a huge marked difference. This track is fun, and this car is so balanced and easy to drive. Now the beauty of this 4-liter naturally aspirated flat 6 is that it revs out to 7,800 RPM. Sure, we can talk about 0 to 60s, top speeds, but let's also talk about emotion. Regardless of how fast or how quick it is, when you hear and feel just the visceral energy of this car, it just puts a huge smile on your face. It's so well balanced. Here we are, going down the straightaway. Listen to that thing. We are flying. Hard on the brakes, hard on the brakes. By the way, these are carbon ceramic brakes on this one. You can tell by the yellow calipers. But you can also get the coated brakes, the ones that have no brake dust as well. Yeah, stopping is not an issue. We're slowing this car down. Now, if I miss an apex a little bit, overdrive a corner, it's so easy to recover. It's so easy to drive this fast. Hard on the brakes. Now you hear the rev matching is because we have it in Sport Plus. Sport or Sport Plus, it automatically gives you rev matching. So if you're not that versed in heel and toe, no problem. All right, there you go. A lap of Estoril in the 4.0 GTS Cayman. Every time I take a Porsche on the road or on the track especially, it just blows me away. The precision and the confidence you have with a Porsche. And the only way to explain it, it's predictability. You know exactly what it's going to do. And who doesn't like predictability? Anyways, that's it from Portugal. If you like this review, give it a huge thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button. Without subscribers, I can't make this great quality content. I want to make more for you guys, so hit that subscribe button. Cheers.